Got a rough one for your defense tonight. Do you think that our opponent's starting to figure out some things on you guys and find some weaknesses that you guys have to adjust to here?
I don't think it's that. I think that we just missed some assignments. We talked in there and we understood that we missed some X's. We understand that we're doing the high man. It's not a secret in the league anymore. We've shown it already all preseason, these first 7 games. And, we just didn't make the right assignment. We worked on it. And as soon as they passed the ball out, we got an X, and we just didn't make those rotations the right way. And we just didn't do it the right way tonight. We all knew in there. We talked to everybody, and we understand the mistakes we made. It's just one of those things you got to fix. It's something that's our standard. We can't ever let our standard be let down.
No, you're used to getting doubled, but I mean, the way that they were hitting you early. Yeah, I was gonna say, did you sense it differently tonight with the way that they were hitting you early?
I was just trying to make the right plays. The Clippers had a game plan coming in. I knew when I asked Paul George right before the game started, I knew they had I knew exactly what they were trying to do, get the ball out of my hands, make me a playmaker. They did that. But I'm not, like I said last game, it's hard to come out here. I know we go in there and we work hard, and I know the work we put in. So if they're going to make me a playmaker, I'm going to keep making the right plays and, just keep trusting my teammates.
Your hand okay there?
Yeah, it's fine. It's from last game.
Karl, your defense had been pretty good up until tonight. And just what does it take to make sure that you don't have slippage in coverages on that effort kind of carries over on a consistent basis? What kind of mindset do you think that's going to take?
I mean, it's always. I think in the years I've been here, we've always had. You guys always had to report the same thing. Oh, Timberwolves played great defense for 36 minutes, and then there's 12 minutes of just a lull. And then the same thing happens. We come out in the second half, third quarter, they trample us. Difference from last game to this game is that instead of having 18 points in 45, we gave up 45 and had 34. So it kept us in the game. It gave us a chance. We can't, our defensive standards have to be high for 48 minutes. Every second has to count. And, even though they got hot, we got to make them not be hot. And it's up to us as a team, and it's up to us as a unit to get it done, especially the starting unit.
Maybe a silver lining tonight that some guys got to see some shots go through, especially after the struggles of last game, perhaps.
You could say that's a bright spot, but there's no bright spot in the loss. We're 3-4 in the season. I'd be remiss to say I think we should be about 6-1, 7-0. It's things that we caused. That's why we lost. It'll be different. Team scores, having a great night. You chalk that up to the NBA. You say next game, they just had that night. But our defense has kept us to not having anyone have those nights. It's been us that has cost ourselves the game. So that's what's more disappointing. What can you do? Dive more into the work. Get ready for the next game. We've now seen this team twice, once in the preseason, once in the regular season. We have to make the proper adjustments and come up with a better game plan. And we have to execute it better as players.
Your defense has to concede something, and it under the system, it seems like you concede like 24, 25-foot threes coming down the floor. When they start to hit those, does that loosen up? Psychologically, you start to think about the game plan and not be as tight in your X's down, below. Did that happen in this game?
No, I just think that we were late. I just think that we didn't make the right reads. We worked on it all morning, especially the shoot around. We knew exactly what we had to do. We were prepared. We just didn't, make those plays. It's difficult. It's hard. Trust me, bro. I know for the guards, and I understand. When I saw them this morning, I said, man, that's going to be really hard for them to do for 48 minutes, but that's what we paid the Bucks to do.
And so when you have that situation, you have this team coming on Friday, do you just do the same thing, only you do it right, or do you switch it up?
That's something for us to figure out, honestly. That's something the coaches have to sit down. Players, we also have to sit down, and watch film. We can't have all the work be the coaches. We got to come in ourselves and put the work in too, as players, as a family, as a unit. We say we family, we got to act like it. So, if tomorrow's an off day, it's not an off day anymore. We got to come in and put the work in. we on a 3-game slide right now in the NBA. If I know one thing about slides here in Minnesota, it could go from 3 to 18 to 19, 20 real quick. So we got to put an end to that right now, and we're gonna have to put the work in, dive more into the work, dive more into this game and this craft.
How much do you think the defense being good for the first 6 games was about opponents shooting 30% from 3, and how much do you think the defense being worse tonight was about them shooting 60% from 3?
I mean, listen, Paul George was hitting tough shots in the third. Let's be honest. But at the end of the day, we gotta. If he's gonna be hitting tough shots, then don't let him touch the ball. That should be our mindset. We're old, at least Pat, me, D'Lo, TP. We've been around a little bit now. It's crazy to say, but we have, and we know people like him are going. The best way to stop him is don't let him touch it. Make other people beat us the same way they do to us. They do to myself as well. If I gotta go, they're gonna get the ball in my hands. We gotta do the same way.
How do you assess the team's defense outside of 3-point shooting? Because obviously the guys are gonna get hot or not. Like, what are the things you're looking at outside of that volatile statistic?
For us defensively, the way I look at it, I've always had a kind of approach of 27 and a quarter. I think that's like the max we want to give up. I think you do 27 and a quarter. David Vanderpool is one of those people who always told us 27 and a quarter. You score around 108 points. I mean, if we can't get 100 points, and obviously we're not hitting shots, but the defense is solid. But it's hard for me to come up here and justify 45 points. So it's one of those things. You got to play defense. We got to get back to our standards, to our identity, regardless of the situation. I don't care what's being called. I don't care how it's being called. We stick to our identity and our culture, regardless of the situation. I think we didn't have that physicality we usually play with. I think the first couple of games you saw really gritty Wolves. I thought you saw people who are really being physical, really up into the opponents and making life hell for them. I think right now, even though we're playing good defense, necessarily statistically, except one quarter, we're taking steps back. I think we're not being as physical, not up to touch. I'd rather see us get a foul being too physical defensively than, kind of leaving space to people like Paul George, Luke Kennard, Reggie Jackson. We got to impose our will early, let them know how the game's going to be played, and also let everyone in the stadium know how the game's going to be played. That we're going to play Wolves basketball. We're going to be to our identity, regardless of how it's called, regardless of how the game is going. We're going to stick to our stuff.
You talked before the regular season started about how you sometimes look at segments and think set benchmarks for them. Sure, for this first one, you're probably going to fall short of the benchmarks you had. So what does that cause you to do? Does that cause reflection, change? What happens when you fall short of maybe benchmarks that you had set for where the team wanted to be at certain points?
Yeah, I forgot I said that. But yeah, I mean, we looked at the schedule and we had goals we wanted to accomplish. Obviously, we haven't reached them, being 3 and 4 right now, but it's a long season. And as much as I understand how far skids could go, I understand how people could win multiple games in a row. It's the NBA. We just got to regroup, get together, understand, buy back into sacrificing everything for each other in the win. And doing it for 48 minutes, I know it's hard, but take care of your bodies, get your lifts in, put the work in, and you shouldn't have a problem repeating performances like the first 4 we've had in the season.
I'm sure you're going to see the exact same defensive looks Friday night. Do you, upon this game, you obviously kind of have to get the ball out and let teammates do things, but have you already thought in your mind of different ways that you'd like to attack what you saw?
Yes.
We'll go last question to Christos on the Zoom.
Hello, Karl. Hope you're doing well. What is the biggest issue on the floor that you would like to resolve to be back on the winning road as a team?
Biggest issue you would like to resolve to get back to winning?
Defense. I mean, we can't there's 2 games in a row we've lost the game because we've let up for 12 minutes. As bad as things have gotten some points offensively or whatever the case may be, it's our defense that's always kept us in the game. It's their defense that's won us the games. And it's just been 2 games straight in 1 quarter that's cost us both. We hold the Magic to half the points they scored. We win the game. We hold the Magic to at least take 10 points off. We're in the game. We're playing, and we're probably winning. So 45 is unacceptable. We gave 40-plus points quarters 2 games in a row, and it's the reason we've lost. And the worst part about it, to me, is that it's been in the second half when it's winning time. You know, and I think that's what's more disappointing. That we come out the gates, we're focused, we're engaged, we're winning by double digits, and next thing you know, you look up, we come out in the second half, cool as ice, and third, fourth quarter, we're giving up 40+ points, and now we're going to the locker room upset, and we hear across the hall that the team is cheering about winning the game. So it hurts, it's disappointing, but it's something that if offensively, we're gonna have to figure it out. Shots will start falling. Slumps don't last forever. But the one thing we could control is our defense, our effort defensively, getting to our spots, doing our assignments, doing what we game plan to do. That's something we could control every day. Offensively, we can't control sometimes if the ball goes in. If it's going in and out, it's just not feeling well, whatever the case may be. We can't control that. But we can control our effort. We can control how well we play defensively. We control for 48 minutes, we're going to play Wolves basketball regardless of what's happening. So I think that's probably the one thing I would like to fix.
Thank you, Karl.
Thanks, Kyle. Appreciate it.